In life, everything depends on fate, but here are 7 things you should remember. Everyone wants to live a happy life, but where to find it? No one can claim that they have found the path to happiness. But everyone knows that to be at peace, we must treat life with understanding of fate. Everything depends on fate is a common saying, but how many people actually understand and practice that? Fate is not a simple matter as people today always chase after and fight against each other. But those who can live according to fate are the ones who can live in peace. When we let go of our desires and live in accordance with heaven's will, that's when we find the greatest peace and true happiness in life. Treat others with sincerity and integrity, and live according to fate. Be grateful and repay those who treat us well and smile and forgive those who don't. Follow fate and heavenly principles, have a heart of kindness, and treat others with sincerity, then you will realize that life is meaningful and shines like sunshine on pure snowflakes in winter. Therefore, in life everything depends on fate, and these 7 things you should remember to have a long and blessed life. 1. Among people, it can be close or distant. Among tasks, it can be complex or simple. Emotions in life can be deep or shallow. Don't expect people to treat you specially and don't hope they will stop scheming. 2. Some people talk less but do more, while others only know how to show off. But don't worry too much, just live your life well and do your best. The rest should follow the will of fate. 3. Some matters that were once black and white have become a thing of the past. Some people who were upset for a few days have become a distant memory. Some pains that once seemed unbearable have dissipated. Some circumstances have become bearable thanks to a bit of pain and suffering. 4. Some things may seem enormous and important at first glance, but after a while, they turn out to be just passing clouds. Some pains may seem catastrophic at first, but with time, they all become a thing of the past. So live according to fate, and don't let yourself suffer unnecessarily. 5. In the most desperate moments, remember that you still have a life, you still have a tomorrow. The boat will reach the head of the bridge. Everything eventually works out. If it is not okay, then it is not the end. At the end of a dark tunnel, believe that there is still a glimmer of light at the other end. 6. In life, there are some things that don't require attention, and even if you pay attention, you cannot do anything about it. So let go and leave it to fate. 7. Don't become too infatuated, as being too deep will make it hard to wake up. Don't say too much, as once said, it can hurt each other. Don't be too extreme, as there may not be a way to turn back. Don't become too lost in love, as the deeper you sink, the harder it is to get out. Don't place too much emphasis on benefits, as it can cloud your judgment. What is the predestined life? Why have to pay predestined debt? In the present life, the worry of food and money weighs heavily on the shoulders, making the lives of many young people no longer interested in marriage. According to research in Japan, the number of married young people who do not want to have children is accounting for a very large proportion, making this country gradually become the country with the oldest proportion of the population in the world. In Vietnam, the percentage of men and women of marriageable age but have not found the other half is still very large. Many matchmaking companies, online dating sites in recent years, are sprouting like mushrooms. Many men and women, despite their good looks, stable jobs or sociable personalities, it is still very difficult to find the real half of themselves. They think that they are being destroyed by the yin or still owe a predestined relationship, so they can't stop to get married or get married. Based on this, some magicians have done things to deceive believers. So to understand this issue, let's find out what is predestined. How to pay the debt of grace. What is the predestined life? Predestiny is the predestined condition of a person in a previous life because of a debt of unpaid love, a predestined debt. Now, according to the process of changing karma, he is reborn as a human, so he has to receive the retribution from his previous life and still has problems. Spiritual experts believe that predestined relationships are predestined relationships between people living in other worlds from previous lives. It is divided into two types. The first is the relationship between mortals and negative people from previous lives that still affects the present, often called preconditions. As for the current relationship between mortals and people in other worlds, usually with the dead or evil, it can be called predestined or predestined. When living, most people are influenced by the emotions of men and women of the opposite sex. In addition to the love of husband and wife, there are other male-female relationships in life. But for some reason, it is impossible to become a husband and wife, or already a husband and wife cannot stay together. Therefore, there will be predestined and negative predestined. Why must there be predestined debt repayment? How many lives have each of us lived in this mundane world? In all those lives we have met so many deep love that we cannot forget. The power of love is boundless, helping those who have died to find people currently living in the world to help or hinder, destroy, jealous, so that mortals cannot get married or get married. If the living person still gets married or gets married, the former predestined relationship will find a way to destroy the happiness of this couple. Until now, people only thought that those who had trouble in their love life had predestined relationships. According to some studies, almost everyone is predestined. Only, those predestined conditions do not interfere with the current love life of the couple. According to folklore, if two people love each other passionately, give each other what is called sacred, precious, even have engaged, prepared for a wedding. But one of those two people suddenly encounter disaster, tribulation and pass life, then that dead person will definitely cling to the living person, whose love affair is now broken. The negative person, the predestined relationship in a previous life, will find ways to prevent male and female emotional relationships with the person who should be theirs, causing the other person to face many difficulties and problems on the way to marriage. In this case, people will have to perform a ceremony to cut the money, so as not to let the other ghost cling and destroy. Above is information about what is predestined in a previous life. Why do you have to pay predestined debt? Thank you for your interest in reading.